Why grinning like this? Why grinning?
I'm just happy.
Oh, why?
Back here, good friends, good food, life is good.
I like that. Good answer. Very good. Congratulations. आपको मिलता है हमारी तरफ से. Well done. Hello, और आप सबको मिलता है हमारी तरफ से. Free entertainment all day today. On day 2 of the World Cup, 3 games again today. It is a Sunday as usual. We did not do the first game because I refused to work before 12 noon. It's just the way I roll, man. And thankfully, people do adjust for that. So, but we will tell you what happened in that game because I'm lazy, but I'm not cruel. I'm not heartless. I will tell you. And of course, we will discuss the 2 games that are coming up today. We have England and Nepal who are playing the first game. And then the second game will be played between Sri Lanka and Ireland. That, of course, will be happening in Colombo. The first game is happening in Mumbai. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, our dear friend all the way from Gurgaon, driving here in his Thar with Murli Karthik. Joy Bhattacharjya. Hello and welcome.
Actually, I'll tell you where I've come from a day back. I've come from Kathmandu. I'm doing basic research into the Nepal team. That is the dedication.
DK, are you impressed? This in the movie business, we call this method acting. It's amazing. He immersed himself into it. Like you hear about actors who are living in the ghetto and some guys who go into isolation, go into a jungle to play that part. He went to Nepal to find out. Just like you went to England because you said, I'll go to England because you're an international guy, right? So you went to England and did the research.
Flights were more expensive. Yeah, I thought of both, but flights were more expensive.
Sir, but you are paying on your own. He's being called there and being paid money to do research on England.
True that.
Please. I don't like it when...
No, that's why I'm saying I couldn't go because flights were more expensive.
Yes. Let's not talk about royalty like this, sir. Please. Hi, DK. What's up?
Good afternoon. Good start.
I'll tell you why DK is very happy. Because today he's broken the pattern. Normally, we eat after the show. We eat our lunch at 3 o'clock. The thing is, I want to keep them interested in the show. I want to dangle a little carrot. They keep running. I'm like, ooh, there's lunch coming, perform. But today, DK decided to supersede my F&B authority here at the Cricbuzz offices and ate lunch before. How are you feeling about that?
A bit drowsy, but I'm hoping this game will get me up.
The game will start later. The show will get you up. That's what will happen. I'm going to wake you right up. And you've got Red Bull as well. So you're going to wake right up. This game, though, you want England to be fully awake because, as Joy has said, he was there in Nepal. He's seen the standard of cricket there. While a lot of us don't know a lot of players over there, after watching the games yesterday, you don't want to write off an inexperienced or, I don't want to say unheralded, but an inexperienced team having, being an experienced full member, test playing, World Cup winning team. You still don't want to write off any of these inexperienced teams.
Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, especially after the first day that happened yesterday. It almost feels like teams need to be more aware that any team could be better on a given day in this fickle format. So you want to be at your best. And Sri Lanka were really taken down by England. So England will have that confidence, having played spin well, and they'll come into this game knowing that if they can handle their spinners quite nicely, because Nepal's strength definitely lies with their spinners. If they can do that, they'll again have a very confident game.
Yeah, yesterday, Joy, actually all 3 games were, we kept sniffing the upset. But it never happened. It's what we call in Hindi, haath aaya par muh na laga.
No, absolutely. And I think that's the thing. He said a word here, fickle format. The point with T20 is that you lose 3-4 wickets quickly, something happens, somebody hits a 20-run over, a game can change. And there's not enough time to recover.
Yeah.
Like in 50-over cricket, there's enough time. Okay, that happens, it recovers. We were just lucky. I mean, look, yesterday also, if Ali Khan had not got injured, if those 2 players are not injured, and Netherwalker doesn't have to bowl at the end, it could have been a very different context. So
absolutely.
No, please.
Yeah.
India could have been...
I was just going to say, for the record, don't speak about ODI cricket. GK is retired from that format.
Okay, GK, what is this? Sorry.
I'm willing to listen to it, but I don't absorb it. It comes in from one ear and goes out the other. But basically, I mean, you're right. If they would have caught that one catch of Surya, if... let's say if Ali Khan would have been available to bowl those final 2 overs, India could have been in a proper fickle. Hey, see, wordplay, wordplay. Hey, show pe achar dal dete hum. That's what we do. Yeah, so it could have been. But can we have that today? Do you think, and you've spent time in Nepal, you've seen the level of cricket there and the growing interest of cricket, which is on an upward curve. Do you think that really their fans can dream of an upset?
I think, look, their best chance, they would definitely want that they think that, okay, if you look at the group that they're looking at, the other two teams, because now Bangladesh is not there, Scotland, they think they have a good chance against. So basically, if you look at it, they'll beat the two associates. The West Indies, they have actually beaten in a series last
correct.
year.
Yes.
And the previous series against the West Indies, they were 3-2. Okay, so that means they think they match up against the West Indies. If they can get an upset there, England, I think, would have been their toughest this thing. If they can get anything out of England, I think this is the match where they'll play freely because they know that perhaps this is the strongest opponent they're playing.
Yeah. We, of course, have something to discuss with you. This is an intervention because Ajinkya, DK, me, all of us have England in our top 4 as one of the contenders. But you, at the end of the India-New Zealand series, omitted them from your top 4.
Oh.
Professor Bhattacharya, what do you have to say about that?
Professor Bhattacharya just says that it's a shade. It's a way the draw goes. So it's either England or South Africa. You're not going to be able to get both. If they stack up the way they should, it's going to be either England or South Africa. And for me, South Africa is just a tad ahead.
South Africa?
Yeah.
South Africa in India's group?
Yeah, but South Africa.
The other side is England, New Zealand in the Super 8. So England, we'll show it to you. We'll remind you. This is a very rare moment for me. Normally, he's reminding us of these academic things.
Yeah. But if you look at that, so who plays whom then?
So Group 2, they all play each other. Group 1, they all play each other.
So 4 teams qualify. So India, Australia, West Indies, South Africa, most likely in one group, and this is the other group.
These are the likely seeds. So if this is how the cookie crumbles, they will be in Group 2 where 2 teams are going ahead. So England, New Zealand, Pakistan.
So now looking at this in Group 2, who are you?
Which are the 2 teams that go through?
So for me, I still say no. If this is Group 2, then I'd say New Zealand, England are the 2 favorites still.
Yeah, and from Group 1?
Group 1 is interesting because I think it's India and South Africa. Definitely it's got to be in South Africa.
I think Australia has just been getting too many hits with their bowling, right? One after the other. Pat Cummins not coming, now Hazelwood not being there. So I feel like their bowling it's good. It's a great bowling lineup, but they would have probably had a better chance with that experience.
And it'd be fantastic if the England captain doesn't end up in a bar maybe 15 hours before a match and then have the rest of his players also land up but not admit to be there. They were phantom players. They were there but they were not there.
They were not there.
Schrodinger's players.
That's
there
right.
but not there.
Nice. Impact subs. Were they there? Were they not there? Do you count them? Do you not count them? I tell you, on this show, with the intellectual humor, we're always raising the bar, right? Also, perhaps we should not drink in the afternoon. What? Let's have a look at what is happening in the first game. England and Nepal. England has won the toss and decided to decided to bat first. I'm just saying. It's a good batting lineup. It's Wankhede. It's daytime.
But do you know why they're batting first?
Why?
It's batting because 2 years back, South Africa, they had a toss in the World Cup against South Africa. And who won the toss? Jos Buttler wins the toss and asks South Africa to bat. Okay?
Yeah.
They scored 410 runs or 413 odd runs. Okay, the England players are like dead in the heat.
They were wiped out. You're right. They were they were almost drip chadai.
Yeah. And every player, every 15 2 hours, one player was going out, coming back, going out, coming back. So his team would have told him, please, nobody, Harry, do not. If you win the toss, bat first. We are not going to field at the one.
I mean, Butler's there, so he would have,
he would have said,
Butler was there in the World Cup also.
Yeah, we have residual...
Not Butler, sorry, Brook.
Brook, yeah. We have residual trauma from that day.
They are not going to. They'd bat first.
Yeah, we're going to bat first. It's a very solid batting lineup. We spoke about that yesterday as well. Their bowling's good, of course. There's Adil Rashid, there's Jofra Archer, but look at their batting. Just look at that. It's just hammers of Thor all the way down, right? Phil Salt, Jos Buttler, what an opening combination. Jacob Bethel, Tom Banton, Harry Brook, Sam Curran, Will Jacks, Liam Dawson, Jofra Archer can hit. I've seen Adil Rashid hit a few big hits as well.
Adil has first class 50s.
Yeah, 100.
He has 100.
Yeah,
100,
he got 9, in fact.
Wow.
So you've got, that's a proper. We talk about India batting till number 8. These guys are batting till number 13.
England team is probably one of India's toughest opponents if they meet them in the semis, purely because of their might and the way they play T20 cricket. They can really push India on a given day. They play spin quite nicely and they take down pacers. So for me, England's batting lineup will be the one that India will be watching closely. Watching closely in the sense, will be aware that those guys can trouble India on a given day. So when I look at that lineup, the batting looks menacing. It's the bowling that is a worry for England because of how they stack up.
Yeah, we discussed this yesterday, but I want you to throw a little more light on it. I want to discuss this England team because we are talking very early doors in the tournament. We want to talk about contenders, etc. And we've always said, you're analysing the bowling because all the batters, they're solid. It's 20 overs. You've got 8-9 batters, everyone is sorted in that department. It's the bowling, and we're not talking about talent. We're talking about the mix of the bowling, right? Which of these bowlers are you looking at and saying this could potentially be a leaky ship that we can attack? And that's why India seems like such a complete bowling lineup. Here, you see Jofra Archer, you see Adil Rashid, and you're going, all right, that is a batting team meeting with a whiteboard. How do we tackle these two? What about the others then?
Okay, I'll tell you one thing though. If England qualify from this group, they basically play in Colombo. Okay. They played in Sri Lanka where they played for a while. Jax is bowled well there. Bethel is bowled well there. If Jax and Bethel give them overs and they are playing in spin conditions, and as the pitches in Sri Lanka are going to be more and more worn, there's going to be more and more turn out there. So if England is saying that if I can get to the Wankhede, and I can get to this stage here properly, then I'm going to go and play in Sri Lanka most of the time. And they are a very good team for those conditions because Jofra Archer is a good enough bowler to be good anywhere in the world. But Jax and Bethel also come into contention because see, Jofra and Adil will give you good overs wherever they are, whether it's the Wankhede or anywhere. So I think that's the thing. This England team is a very, very strong team if you look at it. It's also very interesting. 28 days back, the Ashes ended 28, 29, almost just about a month back.
Yes.
Had there been a larger gap, you might have seen a change in the leadership, in the coach and everything. But they had no time. They go straight after that to a series in Sri Lanka. They come straight after that to the World Cup. So even if they wanted to do, because there was a lot of outcry in the England media that, this team needs to be changed after. But they had to stick with whatever they had, the coaching staff and everything, because there was no time.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. This is actually their last chance because after this, there's a 3-month gap. So this is basically for Brooks, more importantly, I think for Brendan McCullum, this is their last hurrah. They do well here, everything will be forgiven and forgotten.
Yeah, such a good point because there was a lot of outcry on their form and of course with what happened with their white ball captain, right?
Absolutely.
With Harry Brawl. with what happened there, which of course does make a difference, but you can't because by the time the Ashes finished, they were on the verge of announcing the T20 squad, so you can't mess around on that. So that is a good point. Can that sometimes play on your mind because you've been part of so many teams, so many squads, franchise, India, multiple formats? Does that happen if anything happens off field? Can that carry on? What do you have to do to make sure it doesn't come into the dressing room?
It depends on the character of the coach because I think in this situation, he is a lot more under scrutiny than the players, so to say. That's always the case. After an Ashes, they say when you lose to India, at least in England, that's what they say. When you lose to India, they change the players. When you lose the Ashes, they change the support staff.
That's a lovely one.
So
that's a fantastic one.
In this Ashes, obviously didn't go the way England would have liked. But after that, they've come and done quite nicely. Brendan McCullum is new to the white ball scene in England.
Yeah.
But what will be important is to see how they go in this World Cup because last couple of World Cups, they have won. The second one, they've been in the semi-finals, the previous World Cup. So they have a good history. But this one is going to be challenging for them. It's not going to be easy if you do see how well they have stacked up in the recent past. Very, very impressive, England. But for me, the key is when I look at the 11 that we just saw, Jamie Overton is a guy who they have been backing for some time now. His name is missing. So they've gone for Luke Wood. So he bowls with the new ball, which tells you that they feel that there should be a proper bowler that can complement a Jofra Archer. And they don't want to be dependent only on a Jofra Archer and Adil Rashid.
Yeah. Or can I just add, maybe they would have played him in place of Liam Dawson. Right? Because that's where they have him as a number 8. I know he spins.
But Liam Dawson, I think, walks into the 11 purely because of how well he's bowled in the recent past.
Yeah.
So they're looking at Liam and Adil as their two spinners.
They've got a lot of spin then because Bethel is also spinning and Will Jacks is also doing well. So that's
But they're part-timers. They can't rely. They might give you an over at times too. If the pitch is like in Sri Lanka, for sure, they come into the picture a lot more. But definitely their frontline bowlers are Sam Curran, Jofra Archer, Luke Wood and the two spinners.
All right. Interesting. Sam Curran, of course, in their championship when they had won in 2022, wasn't he? Was the player of the series, wasn't he, at that time? So he'd want to kind of, recreate some of that magic. All right, the Nepal team, let's have a look at the team they're fielding. They're going to be bowling first today. Their captain, Rohit Paudel, this is somebody who we know, somebody whose name has been, you've seen him play before. Then you have Karan Casey, Sandeep Lamishani. These are all names that are familiar. We have, where's Lyrie? Where is he? There he is, Dipendra Singh Irie. His 9-ball 50 as a record against Mongolia. Go into the land of Genghis Khan and do that is pretty Genghis Khan-esque.
No, absolutely. But no, I mean, that it was different circumstances, but he is a proper player. I mean, he goes around the world, he plays a lot of leagues. I saw him in the Canadian League in 24, and he's a terrific player, late order hitter, would smash it all. And as you can make out, you can see there the kind of runs that he scored. He's the leading T20 batter, actually. But now what he's doing is, as I said, he's batting slightly lower and he's bowling better as well. His off spin was not considered that great, but he's bowling better. I think he's matured as a player simply because of the amount of cricket that he plays. I think they are getting the same thing that Afghanistan got 3-4 years back. That if your players play a lot of these small leagues around the world, the amount of experience they get. And look, today the Nepalese domestic league, who all have played? If you look at it, Jason Roy has played, Kugelin plays.
Faf du Plessis, James Neesham.
Jimmy Neesham. It's a top level.
Speaking to a lot of the players who had played that, for example, Shubham Ranjane, Harmeet Singh, all of those boys played that and then joined me in Sharjah Warriors.
Yeah.
And they were saying it was a very well organized league. They had a great time. The pitches were not great. And that happens when you only have one menu and you keep playing on the same set of pitches that is there in the ground. So they said the pitches weren't great, but the hospitality, the standard of cricket, the quality of everything in terms of how well it was organized, it was top drawer.
And fans?
Packed. The team, especially the Harmeet Singh played for, it's got something to do with the Himalayas. I forgot the name of the team, but they had proper, and Rohit Paudel was the captain, who was the captain here as well, gun fielder. And he was saying the tournament was as good as any that he has participated in.
That's amazing. And there are a lot of fans. I mean, you might think that, it'll just be England fans in the stadium, but there's a lot of Nepal fans. And a very interesting thing happened when one of our crew members was on the way to the studio today. He bumped into 4 fans on the way with their Nepal shirts.
I bumped into a few fans in the lobby. Did you meet them?
No, I didn't meet them.
I met like a full wearing Nepal shirt and all of that.
In the lobby of the hotel?
The lobby of the hotel that I'm staying in.
Wow, that's crazy. But you did not get us a video with them, but our crew member did get a video with them. So let's have a look at this. It's pretty sweet.
We are here to support you. मैं बुटवल से हूँ, ये पोखरा रास हूँ और ये 3 काठमांडू, ये भी बुटवल से और ये दोनों काठमांडू से आए हैं. हम लोग एकदम एक्साइटेड हैं. आज इंग्लैंड का इस गेम है, लेकिन इंग्लैंड थोड़ा पावरफुल टीम है, लेकिन वी आर होपिंग फॉर द बेस्ट. सारी मैचेस देखने आए हैं. 4 मैचेस हैं नेपाल के, चारों देख के ही जाएंगे. स्कॉटलैंड, वेस्ट इंडीज को तो हमें सीरीज भी हरा चुके हैं. प्लान तो सबको हराने का, लेकिन देखा जाए मुंबई अभी तक तो बढ़िया लग रहा है. कैप्टन रोहित पौडेल.
That's great. I like that. I mean, we keep sometimes criticizing the fact that, there's too many teams and you don't know who they are. You only want to see the big teams play. But that's not true. This is the beauty of the World Cup. When you have teams, you hear stories that you've not heard before. You have players that you've not heard about before. I like the fact that upsets can happen.
Can I tell you one thing? You probably, if you ask most cricketers, they'll tell you that Dipendra Irie is probably the best fielder in the world. He's regarded as a gun fielder. One of the best. And some of you just go on the internet and see some of the saves that he's made, some of the catches he's taken, some of the runouts he's got. He's a rock star in terms of his fielding. And a lot of this is very interesting because normally what happens if you're an associate side, you're not normally a good fielding side.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Afghanistan,
because you don't get the grounds, right? You don't get the diveable grounds.
Yeah, so you don't get the diveable grounds. You play safe. You don't charge because you're scared that the bounce is not. You don't trust the bounce. This is a very good fielding side. This is a very, very decent fielding side, and I'm saying that it's not a question of upset. USA reached the last 8. And if you look at the Football World Cup, when they expanded, everyone said, why are you expanding from 16 and all? Teams like Cameroon started making it. Teams like South Korea started making it. It's immediately, now everyone says, wow. So give guys a chance. You don't know what they'll turn out. Yesterday, 3 matches, all 3 could have been upsets.
Correct. They really had to. I mean, they required, if fair to say, that requires superhuman efforts actually. Like India required one from Sky, then Pakistan got it from Fahim Ashraf. They all superhuman efforts to actually win the games.
And from West Indies, Shimron Hetmaya, the way he batted. So they really had to grind for the victory. It wasn't like easy by any chance. And that's the beauty about World Cups. You want these teams, especially in this format. I wouldn't say so much for the ODI because that's a far tougher format. This one where anything can happen on a given day makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I liked that he tried to sneak in front of me saying ODI is a more difficult format than T20.
But isn't that a fact?
I don't agree. I think this is a tougher format. Purely, I'll tell you why. I have a theory and you could disagree with me. I feel that because this can change so rapidly, the fact is there's no breathing room in it. 2 balls can change the game. So for me, I feel like it's just, you've just got to be in it completely for 240 deliveries.
No, I think you got the context wrong. What I meant for tougher is they'll find it tougher to compete. As the length of the game increases.
Fair enough. The stronger team can come back.
So skill has more of a chance to play the longer the format.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you're comparing T20s, ODIs, it's like comparing a 800 meters runner to a 100 meter sprinter. Hey, how can you compare them? You can't.
You can't really compare them. The 100
And,
guys,
and GK is a 100 meter sprinter.
yeah, Usain Bolt is better. That's what I say. Usain Bolt. But there's one thing I do want to touch upon, and I think we will see that in this World Cup. I know we only had a sample size of 3 games, but I know that with all of us with the IPL, we've gotten used to 240, 260 kind of games. What I liked yesterday was, while we were all kind of guessing 200 plus, the games were kind of, 160, 180. But more importantly, leaving aside the whole number of the score, the fact is that bat and ball competed a lot yesterday, a lot more than it does in the IPL, where it's kind of more batter friendly. We saw that yesterday. First of all, do you think that is correct, what we saw? And do you think we'll kind of see more of that going forward?
I'm a big fan of 160 to 180 games because I feel it gives an opportunity for both batters and bowlers to compete. Now, I don't know whether to give credit to BCCI or ICC for having curated these kind of pitches so far, which has a little bit in it for the bowlers. It's not a stand and deliver kind of pitch. You need to actually work your way through in case you want to do some real lusty hitting. So I like what I've seen so far. I think Ashwin in his podcast also said all 3 games felt like the bowlers had so much to work with, which is such a fair point. And I, watching it, felt the same as well. So it's a good way to play T20 cricket where you give the bowlers a chance to showcase their skills as well.
I'm totally with him. And I also wanted to check. I was not sure, but I thought the boundaries were also a bit more out than they are normally during the IPL. So I think
Interesting point, actually. So, I'm trying to think if I
But they have different curators. Huh? They don't have different curators necessarily, but the ICC decides. The ICC will come and say, okay, this is what the pitch is to be prepared like.
Yeah.
And I think they generally, he's a very fair point, they prepare fairer pitches in that sense. They don't want batting paradises only.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for the game. I think it's terrific for the game.
It's so good to see USA push India. Like 4 wickets in the power play. Some shots were probably questionable, but most of it was like the lack of pace or a bit of seam movement, slightly slow, whatever you can call it. And I like that. So batter needs to apply himself. It's not like ball deko or maro.
Yeah. I think for a World Cup it's better because we've been discussing a lot about the World Cup as well. The fact that it's happened 18, 19 months right after the previous one. And, you feel like the celebrations of that World Cup are still not over in India and the next one's already come around and India's trying to do the improbable, which is nobody's won it 2 in a row, right?
Nobody has won it 2 in a row. Nobody's won it on home ground.
And India was the first to win it in 50 overs also. Why not?
Can be done. Can be done. It looks strong enough, right? You're not putting your elbow into it, Joy. Are you just trying not to jinx it?
I'm just trying not to jinx it. I'm trying not to jinx it.
It's quite amazing how these trends happen because India won for the first time in a home World Cup in 2011.
Yeah.
The next time in 2015, Australia won in their home soil. Yeah. 2019, England won in their home soil.
Yeah.
It's quite cool actually.
Yeah. England they were the joint winners, right?
That was unnecessary.
I will never. Since the thing is that I will never admit, because I don't think that New Zealand lost that final.
Fair point.
I don't think New Zealand lost that final. They didn't win it, but they didn't lose it. That's what I think. That's it. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. But I don't want to die just as yet. But I'm just saying. In terms of turn of phrase. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. All right. Nobody wants to die on a hill of losing to an associate side, not a full member side. They don't want to do it. It has happened before in World Cups, and you know that trauma stays for a long while. Ask the Pakistan team that's going to play against USA in their next game if they have any residual trauma from 18 months ago about that encounter. But England-Nepal, playing the first game we're doing, the second game today. This is happening at the Wankhede. England has won the toss, decided to bat first. We'll show you the 11 of both the sides. England looking formidable as a batting side. Will want to use these hopefully batting-friendly conditions. Phil Saul, Joss Butler, Bethel, Banton, Brooke, Curran, Jacks, Dawson, Archer, Adil Rashid and Luke Wood. They are properly batting till number 11. I mean, they can all swing the bat, so can Luke Wood. Nepal team, we'll have a look at them. Rohit Paudel, their captain, but the openers, Kushal Bhurtel, Asif Sheikh, their wicket-keeper. Then Dipinder Singh Irie, number 6 in the T20 all-rounder rankings. That's big. Arif Sheikh, Lokesh Baum, Gulshan Jha, Karan Kesi, Nandan Yadav, Sher Mala and Sandeep Lamishani.
Yeah, interesting that Sompal, who's one of their most reliable pacers, is not there. So Sompal has been there for a long time as, their opening bowling attack. And the fact that they're not playing him, it's interesting. I mean, I'm wondering whether there's a niggle there or they've just decided to go for more spinners and say, but this is not the best. I mean, if you look at England, because it's such a high-scoring pitch, they've decided to go with a proper bowler like Luke Wood. So it's interesting how they're playing it.
Okay, so of course, this is the second game, as I said today. The first one was between New Zealand and Afghanistan. Good game that. New Zealand managed to win eventually, but I guess they were just maybe just a little bit of trouble because at 5 down, it's not really the most comfortable position you want, but they have batting down till the end. But I think Afghanistan did well to get to 182. Gulbuddin Naib got 63. Atal, 29. There was Gurbaz with 27. Lockie Ferguson, who's come back into the team. Actually, he was there for the last game of the India-New Zealand series. Matt Henry, Jacob Duffy. These were the 3 pacers we were talking about. They did decently. But for New Zealand, Finn Allen didn't get any runs, but Tim Seifert did. So if Allen doesn't get you, Seifert will, as he did today. Glenn Phillips came in, did his usual 170, 180 strike rate, big hitting. And they got there with 13 balls to spare. Eventually, looks like a comfortable win, DK, but I think they must have been slightly panicked at maybe the halfway stage.
It is not as simple as this scorecard has just shown us because Afghanistan
it's so interesting how scorecards can lie to you, no?
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
Yeah,
they were actually pushed. Afghanistan was in a strong position with the bat. They actually floundered it towards the end. And with the ball, they were doing quite nicely. But I think Seifert and Mark Chapman had a quite nice little partnership through the middle. Before that, it was the fact that they were able to almost push through the power play, even though they lost Allen. I think Glenn Phillips played a very important knock there. And small little knocks, impact innings, as they call it in T20 cricket. But towards the end, the might of New Zealand came through, the experience of New Zealand came through. Got to understand, in Chennai, beating Afghanistan is not going to be easy. In the 23 World Cup, Afghanistan beat Pakistan in the same venue. So they have a lot of confidence in that venue. And for them to go out there and beat them in a decently convincing manner is good news for New Zealand fans.
It is. I mean, this group is a little tough because Afghanistan, though they're playing good cricket, they're up against New Zealand and South Africa. As I'm seeing down here, Group D, they have South Africa and New Zealand in this group. So they would have really liked this winter. But that's interesting because these 3 teams are all good, but only 2 can go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, Afghanistan was a semi-finalist last T20 World Cup. So,
so
they have at least a decent record to live up to in this World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking down. Is this actually, but this is still not the group of death, right?
This is the group of death.
This is the group of death that you were calling, Joy?
Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
This is the group of death. See, the other group also would have been tougher had Scotland not been replaced by, Bangladesh not been replaced by Scotland.
Yeah.
That would have been a tough group as well.
But I really feel Afghanistan is a much better team than Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Like, they have a much better chance.
And T20 is definitely by a far, far margin. Yeah.
Group D. D for death. It's only 2 of these teams can go through, so that's interesting. All right, do we have a joy factor question today? And have you decided to mess with our heads?
No, I'm not messing with your heads at all. This is about ancient history, my question is today.
So, from your childhood?
Yes. Well done. Which ancient city, the home of 3 UNESCO heritage sites, was a venue for 3 international cricket records being set on the same day? In one day, 3 international cricket records were set, out of which 2 no longer are held. But yeah.
Mesopotamia?
Yeah, totally.
Babylon?
You're almost there.
Khajuraho.
Prussia?
Khajuraho.
Yeah. But, so anything? Nothing? Are we close? Are we something? Machu Picchu?
Machu Picchu are about 14,000 kilometers away.
Oh. What is 14,000 kilometers from Machu Picchu?
Bandra.
Bandra? Was it Bandra? Bandra pretty much. With the digging that they're doing in Bandra, it looks like a heritage city. It does.
They'll find the ruins of Mohenjo-daro under.
Oh yeah, the Mohenjo-daro extension is under Bandra apparently. We're trying to look for it. All right, if you have the answers, where can they send the answers? Can they send it with a money order somewhere? Most people don't know what a money order is.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking, which language are you speaking? I said I was ancient.
Yeah, we're not more ancient. Send us 4 silver coins with your answer, if you can. Sone ki ashrafiyan bhijiye on X, hashtag Cricbuzz Live, hashtag Joy Factors. Send in your answers. Score guesses, Wankhede, England batting first. What is it going to be? Are we going to breach 200 today? 201. We're going to breach 200.
Okay, I'm saying 226.
Sir, control.
Oh, no. Just the food inside.
195.
195.
Interesting.
195, 201, 224.
226, I said.
226. Okie dokie. There's going to be a lot of catching practice in the stands at Wankhede Stadium. All right, that's all we have time for. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then. We are going to go for round 2 of lunch. Is that good?
Very good.
Yeah? Best way to not feel drowsy after eating is to keep eating. Thank you for watching Cricbuzz Live. Bye-bye.